Hi, everyone, and welcome to my Plus Size Grandma reality show podcast. I'm looking for my charger. After I hit the thing to go live, I just realized that my phone needed charging. So y'all might lose me if I do not find my charger. Oh, gosh. So I did want to come on and give y'all an update on how the cake turned out. As y'all know, yesterday we were just going to the pantry, see what we got, and put a cake together for Emery's second birthday. There you go. And it absolutely turned out to be fabulous, y'all. When I tell y'all this little cake, well, it wasn't a little cake, it was a big cake. It was like a turkey pan size. One of those big old turkey pans. Not the ham pans, but turkey pans. It was one of those size. And, when I tell y'all, this cake was good in every aspect. I'm talking about the texture of the cake. That was Duncan Hines, by the way. And the icing, that was Duncan Hines. The whipped fluffy white frosting, easy to spread. And the jar we got, it gave you 15% more. I didn't end up using all of the icing. I used 1.5 for that big pan. That's all it took, was 1.5. Because you're just doing one thick sheet. And, let's see. Oh, man. Y'all share this out with your friends and family. Please. Y'all share, like. I just need to throw that in there. Okay, so I shared it out. Y'all share it out too. Excuse me if you hear me clearing my throat and stuff, because today is kind of like a sick day for me as well. While I'm celebrating the taste of that cake, though, y'all, when I tell y'all that cake was something it was so refreshing, though. And I just called it strawberry lemon pineapple cake. Those were the flavors. The Twizzlers were strawberry flavored and lemon flavored. They come in a pack together. Got it at Walmart. I think it's like $2 or something for that pack. And it was enough of those Twizzlers in there that all I had to do was break them down and spread them out with the strawberries and the pineapples. And the flavors just infused so well together. It was like, it reminded me of one of those good, refreshing Sonic drinks on a hot day. That's what that cake reminded me of. So if you have not tried that cake, you got to try it. But you got to go listen to the podcast before this one to get the recipe. Although it's quite simple. But I'm not going to go back through it again. I'm not going back through it again because it's different from whenever you hear me and I'm actually, putting the stuff together. It's different. It's like I'm breaking it down for you. So I'm not finna break it down right now, but I will say that cake, I would give it a 5-star and some, because it was that delicious. Now, could I eat much of it? I could not eat much of it because, I'm sorry, y'all. I was on pause. I'm watching National Geographic channel. Hold up. Why ain't you going off? It's not pausing for me. Y'all give me a second. I gotta turn it down. Okay. I still don't know how to mute with the smoke. Y'all call it moke too? I call it moke. Okay. But the taste was so refreshing of the birthday cake, and it was just beautiful to look at. It was beautiful to create. Beautiful taste. When I tell you, it was just bursting with flavors. I myself could not believe that it had that much flavor. When I first ate my first piece, I was like, oh my God, am I going to be able to do this? I will say, though, what made the Twizzlers work really good with the cake was that the Twizzlers were melted just a little bit. Just melted enough to soften them. And so whenever you put it on top of the cake, it becomes sort of kind of like a fondue. You know how fondue is, right? So that's what it reminded me of, a fondue. And that way you're able to just go ahead and eat it with the cake. I ain't talking about melt it all the way down. I'm talking about like if you just sit it on top of the stove and have the oven on, that kind of melt, just a little bit, not overdoing it where it loses its texture and its shape. You want to still keep the shape, but you need it just warmed up just enough that whoever's going to eat it, they won't have to, break their teeth or anything trying to eat it. So I'm looking out for those of us with no teeth. But, our minimum teeth, little teeth, those that have dentures and, it might pull out or something, looking out for us, okay? But, anyway, it's something though, how good it really tasted. Like, I was so surprised at it. I was surprised. It was that lemon. When that lemon came through, it was like that burst of lemon. And those Twizzlers, the Twizzlers is actually what made that cake so good, y'all. I'm not kidding. It was the Twizzlers. Y'all already know how strawberry cake and icing tastes, right? But when you add those Twizzlers on there, the way I said do it, it like opens up that flavor and it just takes the icing and the cake to a whole nother level. So I do recommend, trying that cake. It will be good in the summertime. That's a good summer cake, really. It really is. Ooh, I can imagine myself eating another one of those. Anyway, I did get 2 slices of it. I worked on a little bit of a slice a while ago. Not too much. I still got it still looks like a whole piece. But today, y'all, I am dealing with allergies. And I'm dealing with vertigo. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. You probably can. I did see the doctor about it, so I keep hearing so. You know what? Anyway, I did see the doctor about it, and she said definitely it was my allergies. When I went to the doctor, I did mention to her, I said, oh, my head feels horrible, and I'm having migraines here and there, and she prescribed me meclizine. That's that doggone ceiling fan. That fan always, I don't know if y'all can hear that little noise, but it always makes that little noise, and I be thinking like a bird or something in here, but it's the ceiling fan. So I got vertigo, fluid in my ear, my balance is off, so I'm careful with my exercise. Got to be careful with that right now because I don't want to fall and get hurt. So any exercise besides walking, I'll do walking. I can do walking, but as far as like jumping jacks or heavy lifting and stuff, I got to be careful how I do that. Matter of fact, I'm not going to do no heavy lifting right now. What I'm going to do, y'all, I'm doing me a ball. Just because I want to smell it. I do stuff like this. Throughout the day, if I get bored, or if I feel like, oh no, I love scents, but not perfume scents. I like scents like garlic, the smell of garlic cooking. I like the smell of coffee boiling, but I don't like coffee, but I like that smell. Okay, but back to the vertigo. It feels horrible, y'all. It feels so bad. I'm not kidding you. Like, it's horrible. Like, my ear feels full of fluid. She told me make sure I'm taking my allergy meds and stuff. I'm taking my allergy meds and stuff, but it still feels horrible, and I can feel like a lot of drainage. Like you get the brain chill waves in the top of your head, and you feel it. You can feel the fluid in your ears, and your ears feel like they need to be popped, and even when you pop them, they still ain't gonna act right. That's what I am dealing with. So I'm kind of just gonna chill today. I already did Tai Chi this morning, but I think this afternoon's workout is gonna be. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. I know it ain't gonna be hard. I know that much. It's not going to be nothing hard. That garlic smells so good boiling. Matter of fact, I need to eat me a piece of raw garlic. Just a little piece. Not right now, though. But yeah, this junk feels horrible. Like, I was sitting here thinking, and I was like, I was tired the whole weekend. And I stayed in bed for a good part of the weekend, besides the time I got up to play my guitar. The rest of the time, I felt laying in bed and working on just the books and stuff. And that was about it. I went to bed too early last night. And I woke up. And it said 3 o'clock. And for some reason in my mind, I was thinking it was saying 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, okay. I didn't oversleep. I didn't miss breakfast and lunch. Now my calories is going to be off. So let me get up and go fix something to eat. So what I did, I got up. I come through here. It was so cold. I turned on one of the little heaters. And then I went back and got in the bed. I fell back asleep again. I was like, I'm just going to... Okay, let me finish that. I was like, okay, I'm just going to lay here a little while I was warming up in there, and then I'm going to go in there, fix something to eat. So I wake up again, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, dang. But I thought it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so I get up this time, and I come in the living room. I was like, dang, I got to eat, because I don't want my sugar to drop or, to get off balance or anything. So I got to go and eat. So I open up the door. And I'm like, why is it so dark at 5 o'clock? I mean, I know we're in the winter months, but usually still there's a little something here. And why didn't any of my kids come by yet? I know my son would have been by now. He'd been hungry or something. He would have came by to see me. And I was like, why my daughter ain't brought the kids by? Nobody ain't been here. I done missed everything today. Like, I was getting legit upset. I was like, I done missed everything today. I done miss being with my granddaughters and, seeing my family. And I might as well just go lay back down. I mean, I got really upset about that. And so when I went and I laid back down, I don't know. It was just an unction in my spirit. Google, is it AM or PM? Because y'all know, I looked on this phone and it did not tell me if it was AM or PM. It just gives you the time, the day, and the year. That's it. And so I had to Google what time it was, and it said what time it was. I forgot what time it said it was. But anyway, it was morning. It was not afternoon as I thought. It was not night as I thought. And I was like, whoo, thank you, Jesus, because I done missed so much. I don't like to lose out on my 24 hours. Now, I do this personally. Now, I don't know how y'all look at time, but we all got 24 hours in a day. I dedicate anywhere from 8 to 10 hours to my sleeping, to sleep. But most of the time, I try to do 6 to 8, though. What is that? A helicopter? Yep, that's what it is. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but it's kind of loud. But I dedicate my time for my sleeping, and then the rest of the time I have doing something. I like to do something that's going to add to my life. Whether it's working out, I try to dedicate anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour of my 24 hours toward my working out. If more than that is needed, then I give more than that. Usually it's around 1 hour and 15 minutes or 1 hour 30 minutes because I like to do my Tai Chi too. So I dedicate that time to that. And then I have my work hours. I dedicate 46 hours to my working, with breaks included, I do my little work here from the house. And so I dedicate my time to that. To my radio work, to my charity organization. That's 46 hours a day that I dedicate to that. Then I have my Facebook hours that are on and off throughout the day. And then I have the time that's dedicated and put to the side for my family, friends, and loved ones. You know, time that I talk with them, and you know, that's just my pie. That's my pie chart. I don't know how y'all's look, but that's my pie chart. I like to stay busy these days, not overly busy. I just like to keep moving these days. I don't want to be stuck like I was before, and I don't want to overly move and overstep, you know, where I'm supposed to be in life. Try to get there too fast, you know. That's like with the weight thing. By me dedicating these hours of my day toward making sure that I'm physically and mentally well, because I do dedicate a portion of my day to also mental health awareness and learning about mental health, and you know, doing what I got to do to make sure that I'm staying straight, not just checking up on others, but making sure I'm straight too. You know, I do have people that I check up on, but what I'm saying is, when I woke up and I saw that my hours were gone and I had done nothing for life, for humanity, for myself, for nobody else, I was upset. I was like, how could I let this happen? How could I let myself oversleep like this? I did get upset about it. Because I'm at a time right now where I don't need to be wasting, you know, sleeping time away and stuff like that. And then I got thinking, why am I sleeping so much anyway? And then that's when I remembered, after I came in here to eat breakfast, was that I do got the vertigo, and I did start a new allergy medication yesterday, and it did knock me out. So that's probably how all this happened. Just a misunderstanding of where I was at. Woke up with confused timing because I was super tired because of that pill that I took. I hadn't took that pill in almost 2 years. And so now, you know, I had to take it again because that junk was serious. The way I feel with this Virgo, that mess is serious. I saw this girl do something with some garlic. She cut the tips off, and I jumped topics, but I'm sorry, y'all. I do that. You just have to bear with me. I mean, that's just how my mind is wired for right now. Since I had the PTSD, I'm a jumper in topics. So, nothing I'm proud of, believe me. Especially when you're used to staying on point. So this is different for me just as much as it's probably irritating to some of you to hear me start one thing and then jump to another. Yeah, but I seen this woman. She was on one of the videos on Facebook, and she cut this not an onion, but she had a whole bulb of garlic, and she cut the ends off and stuff. She put like some olive oil on it and some salt and pepper, but I will not be using salt, but I will use some black pepper. She put that junk in the oven with some foil on it, pulled it out. That junk looked good, I ain't gonna lie, especially like them little burnt pieces. And then she started mashing it up, talking about a dip. Ooh, I can mash. You know what I could do with that? I could actually mash up some chickpeas and make a nice good dip out of that. Some chickpeas, yes, and that would be called hummus, and add some red peppers and pepper flakes. Oh my goodness, that's probably what I need to do. So I am thinking about also, since I've been laying here not feeling well, I'm actually up, y'all. I'm in my kitchen. I love sitting in my kitchen. I told my daughter, I said, this is the longest, these last 2 years is the longest that I've ever spent in my kitchen, just sitting here. Like, before I used to just, you know, I just glanced at it and gone back there to my room. Like, my room was my entire house. Like, I was living here like I was living with somebody else. And I had to go by somebody else's rule. That's how I was living here. But I thank God that I'm out of that state now. I forgot what I was going to say. It was so many thoughts coming up at one time. Look, y'all, I be so excited to talk to y'all. I just had so many thoughts coming up at one time, and now I done lost them all. I hate when that happens, actually. I do. I don't like when it happens, but unless I write it down. And the reason why I don't write stuff down for this part of my podcast, because this is my reality show. This is my life for real, for real. You know, this ain't something I'm putting on or, you know, just pretending to be. Now, I have my moments when I can put on and act and stuff, you know, like with Auntie and Niecy, that comedy skit that I wrote. But for the most part, my plus-size grandma, it's just about my everyday life. You will know whenever it's fiction. I will let you know, but as for right now, this ain't fiction, honey. This is real. This is real. This garlic smells so good. I'm just sitting here breathing in. Well, it's kind of steaming in my face, but it feels so good to my nose. It feels so good. It's the earache for me, y'all. Oh, gosh. That's what's really draining me. I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to go ahead and vacuum clean my room today. Usually I do it on Tuesdays, but being that I'm feeling so stuffy and stuff, it might benefit me to go ahead and do it today. Go ahead and get as much dust and stuff up out of there as I can. Because I want to feel better. This feels horrible, y'all. It feels like I got a balloon head and everything. It feels horrible. I don't know if I'm walking today, no way, because it looks like it's been raining or something. Yeah. And let me say, the tools that I got, the utensils I got for cooking, the teaspoons and the cup measurements, awesome, y'all. I'm telling you, if you're trying to live a healthy lifestyle, that is probably something you want to invest in. At first, I didn't feel like I needed to invest in them. I know I keep talking about it because I think it's so important that we help each other whatever little bit we can. And when my daughter introduced that to me, you know, I had forgot about those. There was already things out here to merge and stuff. I really did. I forgot about it. And she was like, well, Mom, merge out my stuff. And I was like, okay. And, you know, I was just eyeballing and stuff. And I will say my eyeball was pretty darn good. And it was pretty much on point. Because I'm going to tell y'all what I did the other night when I was on here. I don't know if y'all heard it or not. But I was measuring things in the cups to see if it matched up with what the measurements was that I had here as far as the utensils. And for the most part, yes, it did. It did merge up. So I was happy about that. But I still want my tools so I can learn better because I'm trying to do better. If I need 4 ounces of food, I want to be able to put it in this cup, pack it in there, then pour it out, make sure that I'm doing the right thing. Because I am trying to live right. I'm trying to live healthy, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all that. I want all that God has for me. I don't want to just take some and be happy with this. No, there's more to this. I want it all. I want that experience. I need this experience. This experience is a blessing to me because I've been numb for so many years of my life that to actually feel now is a blessing to me. I don't always like what I feel. And that's the thing about it. I get to learn how to deal and cope with what I feel. I remember when I first started this podcast in 2016. I think that was the beginning of my eyes really opening up. And it was the beginning of spiritual awakening for me. I'd already given my life and dedicated my life to God. But along the way, God kept allowing things to happen. And these things were to grow me up. And so it was just certain situations He used to grow me up. That's why I counted it all joy. And I didn't worry about it. And I did learn from it. And it would seem like every time I would go through a situation, soon as I go through it and overcome it, here comes somebody that's going through it themselves, and they're asking me questions, or either I may see them post on Facebook, and I say, hey, here's something you can do right here. And I'd be like, you can try it. I mean, it worked for me. I don't know, but it might work for you. And so I learned how to overcome a lot of stuff, and also share my testimony about overcoming, and share how I did it. The most important part of that testimony is that I did make it, so you can too. But if it's meant for me to share how I did it, that's what I gotta do. I gotta share how I did it. That's why I wanted to share with y'all these utensils. Now look, I paid $1.84 for this at Walmart. $1.84 is what I paid for it. And I will say, I'm glad I did, because now when I get ready to do a chicken salad or something, and it called for, and I'm allowed to have how many ounces of chicken salad? Hold up, y'all. I think it's, let me see what the, let me Google this right quick. Ounces per serving. Chicken. Y'all hear that garlic? That garlic cooking. Just cook it on down. I like it. It smells so good. My kid gonna walk in thinking I didn't cook something. I ain't cooked nothing. And I bought this too because I have I'm here in the country, and so I have problems with these possums and squirrels. And I heard they don't like scents like this, so that's my main reason why I bought too. But then I just fell in love with the scent. And then when my children come, they be like, "Oh, what you cook, Mom?" Nothing. Okay, so the recommended single portion size of chicken is 3 to 4 ounces. Like a deck of cards. So let me put up here in a cup. Likewise, how many cups is 5 ounces of chicken? So this thing here though, it says, okay, I'm gonna cut that off now. That garlic don't smell good like that. When it start getting burnt, burnt garlic does not smell good. So I know that's my cue to cut that off. Okay, how much is a serving of chicken in cups? Allow about 1/4 to 1/3 pound of boneless chicken per serving. Generally, 3/4 pound of boneless skinless chicken breast will yield 2 cups of cubed cooked chicken. A 3.5 pound whole chicken will yield about 3 cups of diced chicken. I don't know. I'm just gonna stick to my cups. I'm just gonna stick to my cup. And I know this. Well, I do know a serving of meat. They want you to have like the size of a deck of cards, like the thickness of a deck of cards. Now I ain't gonna lie, I probably have a serving, maybe 2 servings. Maybe 2 servings, but it's better than what I was doing, 4, 5 servings. I'm working my way down. So if, ooh, I know that can't be right. If they said 4, what did they say, 3 to 4 ounces? That's in chicken breast, 4 ounces of chicken breast. Let me put up here, 4 ounces. Chicken breast in a cup. Oh, these allergies. Y'all. Oh. Okay, so I'm looking And let me see. There's so many different sizes on here, y'all. Okay, so I do know 8 ounces, they're saying, and this may be easier for y'all to remember as well, but 8 ounces of a chicken breast is like the size of an old 2008 iPhone. I don't know, that I would get mad. I think what makes it easier for me is to let my eyes be deceived. Like, what I'll do is I have a chicken breast and I either pound it out or either I'll shred it till it looks like a lot, and then my mind, will register, hey, that's a lot of chicken right there. And I get away with it. I get away with it. And I eat it and it be enough. Okay, y'all. So, I don't know. There's different ways to measure, but I would just say use the way that works for you. As for right now, I'm using my utensils that I got. But I also have a scale here, but I got to put my batteries in my scale. I have a scale that can help me with the ounces as far as with the meat sizes and stuff. But when it comes down to beans and seasonings and stuff, or like cereal, these cups are good for that. They're good for that. I'm going to have to study a little bit more on the ounces to see how that works with like shredded chicken and stuff. I do want to know, and I want to know today because I'm getting ready to do some chicken later on, and I want to know because I'm going to do some leg quarters, bake some leg quarters. Yep. I'm going to bake some leg quarters later on. Y'all, these allergies. Oh, why they gotta be like this? I feel it all in my ear. Like, you can feel it draining. Like, you move your head this way, it go that way. Whichever way you move your head, that's the way it'll go. So it's 3:14. I think I'm going to go lay across my bed a little bit. Because my granddaughters, they are surely to be popping up. I got me some, it's in the making, some cinnamon, ginger, crushed red pepper, green tea. Yes, green tea. I told y'all, I do like putting crushed red pepper in my green tea. Especially when I feel like this. Yeah, it comes in handy. So let's go on back here to this room. Because I feel a little drowsy. Maybe I should have took that other medicine. I know that pill last night I took, Singular. Oops. I hit something. I took a Singular. And it just knocked me out. I don't even remember falling asleep. I was on Facebook, and next thing I know, I was waking up thinking it was a whole afternoon. I guess, too, I did really need to sleep because my sleep has been kind of torn these last couple months. And it's been kind of hard getting back on track. Again, I just be jumping on beds. Okay, y'all. So I'm back here in my room and I'll talk to y'all later on. I think I'm gonna well, I'm waiting on my granddaughters to come through. But meanwhile, I'm gonna be looking over this looking over my book. I got my laptop right here in front of me. I'm still writing on my book. Still adding stuff to my book. So, and I'm deciding if I want to make it 21 days or 10 days. Because sometimes when people are going through something, they need something that they can stay concentrated and focus on. I know, like, for me, it's hard for me to follow 10-day things or 21-day things. Concentration. You know, when you have PTSD, the concentration just isn't there. And so I want to gear this book toward helping people, not making them have to look for this and look for that. Y'all know how some people beat around the bush before they ever even get you anywhere. I want every little chapter, every little piece, every day of this book to be able to help somebody do something. To encourage them where they want to go on and read, what am I supposed to do tomorrow? So I'm just saying, I mean, now that I say that, now I really want to write it for 21 days. Let's see, Reasons Podcast. Okay. So I'm seeing that I'm in my email, some of these other distribution sites on my podcast do not distribute the same day that I make the podcast. So wherever you're listening from, understand that I can't control whenever they release it. I can just control what's on Spreaker. Just so y'all know, if you're listening on Reason Podcast, Deezer, Jovian, Alexa, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Audible, I'm on there too. I may release this podcast today. How about Facebook? Those of you in Facebook world, even though I release this podcast today, you might not get it to that distribution site for at least 24 to, I'd say, 72 hours. So when you get it, most likely the podcast will be already done and not live. But you still can leave comments and stuff. Still leave your comments. I would love that. I would love to still read your comments. Okay? Y'all listen at me. Oh, y'all say a prayer for me. I'm going to say one too. Lord, heal my body. Touch my head. Release any sinuses that's not supposed to be up in here, oh God. Lord, take over. You have my full cooperation to do what is necessary according to your will to heal my body, God. In Jesus' name, amen. Just to draw these sinuses up. Draw these sinuses up because this is a mess. Okay, so Laurie Hinton. Oops, I didn't mean to say her name. I'm sorry. Okay. OnStream Media. Presents Distraction Detox. Release emotional barriers, restructure priorities, realize God's best. New book by Billy Jesus examines how women can realign priorities and find confidence, peace, and fulfillment. Okay, so if y'all want that book is, let me see. Let's see if it's out. That book is actually set to... Actually, it is out. It is out. By OnStream Media. Distraction Detox by Billy J. Sauce. Billy, and then it's Jauss. Terminate their toxins to hear, trust, and go. Outline a plan to identify God's best things. Execute the plan. And this is what she says, y'all. I'm reading y'all this because I'm in my email, and I may not get a chance to post it. So, and I have all these immediate releases. And so, if I can do it like this, I'm still releasing. Okay, so what does it say? My mission has always been to help women overcome the obstacles in their lives to find peace and purpose. She continues, my prayer is that women can take a step back, quiet their inner monologue, and make space so God can give them a clear mind and clear purpose. God so desires us to live confident, peaceful, fulfilled lives. As we grow spiritually healthy, we can discern God's best and watch Him work in ways we never imagined. So yes, y'all, this book, Release Emotional Barriers. Distraction Detox is the name of the book. And it is published by Iron Stream Media and will be available at all major book retailers and online February 22nd. So this book will not be out until February 22nd. It looks like it's going to be a good book, y'all. I definitely would check it out. Especially if you have so much going on in your head and your mind, and you're looking for a good way to detox from these distractions that keep you from God's will. Yep, that's it. That would be the book for you. I appreciate that. Ooh, good thing I said her name wrong, y'all. I said her name wrong. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, yeah, on Podchaser, too. Podchaser just released. Podchaser is kind of behind. They just released one of my podcasts. But you know what? I think on Facebook, Facebook releases once a week. I'm not sure, but I was looking and I was like, that's crazy, because I did this podcast the other day and it's still not up. Okay. Let me log in here. How much time have we used up? Oh, we almost been on here an hour, y'all. Hey. Wow, shout out to Anthony Thunder Taylor. He was inducted in the city of Clifton Forge, Clifton Forge, Virginia. Wait a minute. Clifton Forge, VA Music Hall of Fame, Virginia. Clifton Forge, Virginia. I'm sorry, y'all. Music Hall of Fame. That is awesome. Y'all know I love me some doggone bass. Oh, congratulations, dude. God, I'm so proud of him. That's amazing. That is amazing. I'm going to share it later on. Yes, I am. Oh, he loved my story. Appreciate you, dude. Y'all, that dude, he been helping me so much with my guitar. And God blessing him. Look at him. He took time to teach me what I needed for my bass. I have a lot of musician friends, and he won't even no friend of mine. He just come out of nowhere and was like, I see what you're trying to do, and you're doing really good, but here's some things you need to take hold of. And I listened, and I went and got the stuff that he said, and I've been doing good ever since. Matter of fact, I need to go spray my bass down in a little bit. Okay, y'all, so I'm looking for anything else. Okay, do y'all know, I think his name is Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey. Is it Dave or Bill? I think it's Dave. Yeah, it is Dave. Dave Ramsey. Okay, let me tell y'all something. That man is really hardcore when it comes down to debt and bills. Like, he'll tell you right quick, go eat yourself some beans and rice until you can get your bills paid now. And typically when I get in a hot jam, I do not go to people who gonna tell me what I want to hear, okay? I do not go to people who gonna sugarcoat what I really need to do. I don't want to go to people who going to talk in circles and keep just talking in circles and say, come back, come back, come back. I don't want to do that. And so one day I was like, I got to get out of this debt. I don't know how to do it. And I knew I didn't want to file bankruptcy again. This was back in, I think, 2015 was when I started watching Dave Ramsey. And he was just I felt like he was just so mean to people. I felt like he was just being so mean to them couples, but he was being blunt though. He was just telling them like them couples would come on his show and be crying, oh, I'm about to lose my house, I'm about to lose my car, can you help me? What can I do? And Dave was like, well, how many cars do you need? He said, how many do you got? And they'd be like, well, I got 4 cars. And I'm making payments on 2 of them. And I got a house payment. And, they start naming all. They say they got cell phone bill payments. What do you call it? Like Dish Network payments and stuff. And Dave Ramsey say, how do you shop? Well, we shop online. We get name brand stuff. And they were just saying what all they do. And Dave Ramsey bursts out and says, well, sell your cars. Sell your cars. You don't need that many cars. You're only one person. You can't drive but one at a time until you can learn how to pay your bills and catch up. Sell your cars. I was like, oh, my God. Them women and men did not want to hear that. But I tell you what. They did it, and they got their debt under control. They got their debt managed. And I believe I listened to Dave Ramsey's show for about, I think it was about a year. I listened to his show for about a year and watched it on YouTube. At that time, it was only YouTube out, I think. Now he has a podcast and a whole bunch of stuff going on. He's on Facebook everywhere. But once I got down what he was saying in my head, I wrote out a plan for myself, and it took me 4 years, but it helped. It worked. I stopped. Was it 4 years? Did it take 4 years? 2015. Yeah, it took 4 years, because I want to say 2019 was my year when I was done with the stuff. And I was like, yes, finally, I'm debt free. And when I meant my debt free was everything was paid for or either paid off. And all I had was a light bill and on my grocery bill. And I was so happy. Light bill, insurance, grocery bill, what else? And finally, I was able to have some money to relax and fix the things that I need to fix. So this is why my process has been so slow about rebuilding my house, is because I didn't want to go into debt, getting a whole bunch of stuff on credit. So a majority of everything that I'm replacing my house back with is paid for. It's cash. Ain't nobody gonna come repo nothing. Ain't nobody gonna take nothing back. Ain't nobody gonna say I owe them. I'm paying cash. Because of how I watched and studied his technique. And it does work, but you gotta be dedicated to it, because I went hungry. Well, I wasn't hungry. Let me take that back. I didn't go hungry. I was hungry at times. Yes, I was. I did go hungry at times. Hold up. I did. I did go hungry at times, and I didn't have what I wanted to eat. A lot of times I did not have what I wanted to eat. But I had I had what I needed that was nutrition for my body. And I tell you, to this day, I thank God that I don't owe nobody like that. And I was able to wipe off, probably paid up, I want to say, when you include my school debt, around $100,000. $100,000 worth of debt got handled. And it feels good. Y'all do not understand how good it feels to be able to go to my bank account and just, like, whatever I need, just go ahead and get it. Like, I'm not suffering. I'm not struggling. At times, there are things that I wish that I did have, but I also know how to save for it. Or, I say when you find yourself some good sites that'll work with you, then you doing some good, do some good shopping. Learn when to buy. Like, for my winter stuff, I buy during the summertime. For my summer stuff, I buy during the wintertime. Like right now, you should be buying summer stuff. It ain't nothing but seasons, and paying attention to the season and preparing in advance. You wouldn't wait till winter got here to prepare for winter. You want to prepare for winter, throughout your summer months, your good light months when you have light. Because these dark months, you're going to be down for a little bit, and you just need to have stuff put away where if you need it, you got it. And that's how I learned. That's what I learned from Dave Ramsey. And that wasn't even buying his stuff, y'all. He got a whole product line. That wasn't even buying that stuff. That was just paying attention to what he was saying. Because sometimes if you just listen to what a person's saying. Okay, let me see here. Dave just came out with a new book too. Didn't know that. But I never brought the book or anything. It was just like I felt where he was coming from. Because I've dealt with people like him. So I felt where he was coming from. Oh, his book is called Baby Steps Millionaires. How ordinary people build extraordinary wealth, and how you can too. I know he got it like that because he been on for a while. And I mean, y'all hear this man's voice. I mean, he make you want to listen to him. His voice drew me in. It wasn't what he was saying, but his voice drew me into listening to him one night. And I was like, okay, let me listen to what he's saying. I'm glad I did, because now, like I said, I ain't got that debt on me now. Sometimes, if you just really pay attention, you can take a little, and that little can go a long way. But make sure you don't skip steps. Make sure you don't skip the process, or else you're going to have to keep doing it. Once you suffer a little while, and it does require suffering a little while. Ooh, Lord, I can get up and shout on that. Once you suffered a little while, a little dizzy spell, gone about your business. In Jesus' name, amen. But once you have suffered a little while, you're going to reign. You're going to come out of that thing as pure gold. You ain't going to smell like smoke. There's a ram in the bush. Y'all, I'm getting excited thinking about the things of God already. Sometimes, you just got to pay attention to what people saying. And don't be afraid to invest. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Don't be afraid to fail. I was like, I'm doing this and I'm not giving up with it. That's like my weight loss journey, my mobility journey. I'm like, I'm moving and I ain't stopping. And if I do got to take a break, it ain't going to be that long. Because I know what it feels like to suffer in that area. I know what it feels like if I don't get out of this bed. If I stay in this bed all day, I know I'm going to be in pain. So I'm going to get my butt up and move throughout the day. And then if I got to lay down, I'm going to come lay down. But I'm going to make sure that when I feel stiff, I'm going to get up and keep moving. Make sure that I'm going to be doing my workouts. Because you ain't going to get nowhere if you're not suffering a little bit. If it's all handed to you, you ain't learning nothing. And that's why you keep going through the same things over and over. But truly, I learned a lot from that man. Dave Ramsey is his name. Just like Rush Limbaugh. He was not all that. Matter of fact, I don't even know if he believed in God or not. But he had a successful radio show. And I said, if I'm going to learn something, I got to learn what not to do. And so I went to the most hated man in America. Because that's what they were calling him at that time. The most hated man in America's radio show was Rush Limbaugh. And I went on there and I saw what he was doing. And I was like, oh my God, I see why. Oh my God, this man has no filter. I never want to be in a position where I can't filter out stuff. Where I can't discern stuff. He had no filter. He had no discernment. The man died with cancer. He died with cancer. He died a very sick man. And the one thing that, he always took pride in, which was his voice, no longer was a voice. Let me see what it says about him. I was looking for his biography. But he was a very big man. I learned he was a very big man. He wasn't humble at all. Very big man. Very big mouth. So sometimes you just be quiet and listen. You can learn a lot. And I learned a lot from him. And listening at him got me foots in the doors. I got into doors that, I would have never thought I'd get into. But I did my homework. I did my research. I learned when to hush and when to talk. So he died from lung cancer after denying smoking. Is that what this article is saying? I feel like this is gossip. I hope not. No, this is a news article though. Wow. It says Rush Limbaugh died from lung cancer after denying smoking's risk. Why did he believe his lie? If liars believe what they peddling, they can better spread their lies by having more confidence. So he believed his own lie that he wasn't smoking, and yet he was smoking cigars. So you big time cigar smokers, ooh. He smokes a cigar during his radio show. Well, I thought they knew that. That should not be no surprise. He was always smoking. Whenever I was watching his show, he was smoking. He was 70 years old when he died. But I'm saying there are so many people out here that you could just Google who they are, find out who they are, and you can learn from their mistakes. You don't have to go down the same path. Okay, y'all. I want y'all to do me a favor. Before I get off of here, I got a homegirl. She's not a homegirl, but she's a very nice woman. And I just recently ran across one of her cards in my stack of papers that I was going through. And her name is Millie Gross for real. Millie Gross for real. Let me spell that. That's MILAGROS and for real at Avon. FERRELL at Avon. She sells Avon, y'all, and she's on Facebook. Go on Facebook and see what deals she got going on. And her stuff does get out to you on time. Just thought I would note that. She's an Avon representative and she does pretty good. I have brought from her a few times and I enjoyed what I brought. I enjoyed the thank you letters and everything. She's on top of it. She's not just going to hand you some stuff and be like, here, When you gonna buy again? No, she's on top of it. Y'all, my email be juicy. All right, y'all. So I'm at 1 hour, and I don't want to go over that. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Finna call and see what my grandchildren are. I know they're out of school. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll be feeling better, because I gotta get Emery in the morning. Me and Emery, she's got schoolwork. I will have on my mask though. Well, I always wear my mask. All right, y'all. Peace. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment too if you want to. Peace.